A warm welcome to Over the Rainbow, a one-stop hub for youth mental wellness. My name is Yen-Lu Chow. Together with my wife, Yi-Ling, we have embarked on a lifelong quest to transform youth mental wellness for the 21st century. We know for a fact that without mental health, there is no well-being, freedom, and happiness. Our mission is, first, to propel youth mental wellness to the top of life's priorities. By empowering youth with practical hands-on wellness strategies, we hope to guide them on a journey of self-discovery and transformation to help them reconnect with the core of their being, follow their heart, pursue their dreams, and fulfill their higher purpose in life. Second, to provide information, assistance, and support to youth suffering from mood disorders, namely depression and manic depression, along with their caregivers. Third, to shatter the taboo surrounding mental illness and promote social awareness. And finally, to build a loving community founded upon the timeless wisdoms of love, compassion, truth, generosity, and joy in service of humanity. Despite all the advances we have made in science, technology, and medicine, the mentally ill and their caregivers continue to struggle in a private nightmare, away from the public eye and shrouded in secrecy, shame, and isolation. Mental illness remains a taboo topic, spoken of in hushed whispers. But this is a fact we cannot ignore. 1 out of every 5 youths suffering from mental illness during the period from adolescence to young adulthood. In almost all societies, the mentally ill are shunned, rejected, and feared. Many consider them to be unfit for society and incapable of contributing to humanity. In most minds, such individuals should just be locked away, out of sight, out of mind. Many of us put up an imaginary divide, a thin line of sanity that we think sets us apart from the crazy ones. We tell ourselves that we will never cross this line and become one of them. However, in reality, there is no us versus them, no sane versus insane. Actually, we are all the same. Some days we can help, some days we'll need help. And here is another reality check. Individuals with mental illnesses are not unfit, nor are they incapable. Rather, many have become celebrated for their talent, emotional sensibility, and creativity. In fact, you may have been touched by the words. Watch them or their films on the big screen. Bob to their music. Marveled at their artistic talents. And transformed by their work. Despite their sufferings, with some ending their lives prematurely, these people with mental illnesses have still managed to create works of beauty, touch lives, and leave behind a unique legacy. Thus, the loss of an individual life is not just heartbreak for the family, but a loss for the society and a tragedy for humanity. The fight against mental illness should not just be a struggle for the sufferer, a burden for caregivers, but also a challenge for a community to step forward and open its heart and mind. We know firsthand how talented, creative, and loving individuals with mental illnesses can be. I would like to introduce you to our son, Lawrence, who had manic depression. Since he was young, Lawrence was a passionate sportsman, participating in baseball and basketball leagues before moving on to tennis in his youth. He won the gold medal in the 2009 Pan-Australia Unigame competition as a member of the Murdoch University tennis team. His love for sports also spilled over into the writing arena. Due to my involvement with the Singapore Slingers, Singapore's professional basketball team, Lawrence became an ardent Slingers fan. He even took the initiative of writing 2 outstanding essays on the history and development of the team. Music had always been a pervasive part of his life. He started piano at the age of 5, played both the piano and clarinet proficiently, sang in a choir, and taught himself to play the acoustic guitar. As a person, Lawrence was gentle and kind, sincere and respectful. He can be funny and witty, certainly caring and compassionate. And he loved animals. We had 2 dogs, Dodger and Cookie. Dodger was his 10th birthday present, and Lawrence loved him dearly. A gentle, sincere, and compassionate soul, Lawrence touched many lives and connected with people wherever he went. He readily gave money to the homeless on the streets of New York and did volunteer work with the disabled. And finally, he was the most wonderful son. While he was attending college overseas, he never missed our weekly Skype conversation on Sunday evenings. And Yiling would receive flowers from Lawrence on Mother's Day. Once, he even surprised her by serenading her with a love song that he had written himself. We were an inseparable family and had incredibly good times together. However, we also underwent a difficult, painful, and heartbreaking struggle against manic depression for 8 years. After he turned 18, Lawrence began to experience debilitating episodes of depression that prevented him from writing his essays, reduced him to crying spells, robbed him of his energy, and stole his joy. His depression was interspersed with manic episodes, talking at high speed, yelling at people, blasting loud rock music late into the night, dressing up for a party that was not happening, staying out into the wee hours of the morning, and even cutting himself. We begin our quest to help Lawrence overcome his condition, which took us from Western medicines to alternative treatments. After a few years of taking medications, followed by herbal remedies and a strict diet, as well as the practice of yoga, he got better and decided to resume his college studies. Unfortunately, the respite was temporary, and his struggle against manic depression continued. Just a few months shy of his graduation with honors in psychology from Murdoch University, Lawrence ended his own life. It took many months, would seem like eternity, and the support of family and friends for Eileen and I to begin picking up the shattered pieces of our hearts. As we emerge from the darkest time of our lives, we pondered long and hard upon what we had learned, which perhaps we could share with the world. Looking back, we wonder if perhaps, inadvertently, we had projected our own values and imposed our expectations on Lawrence, which turned into a life burden that weighed heavily upon his shoulders. Moreover, something we wish that we had known far earlier, that the war against mental illness is not about beating the disease and then moving on with life proper. Rather, the quest for mental wellness is a lifelong pursuit, a way of life, a way of being. In his struggle against manic depression, Lawrence has shown us that even suffering can have great value, for it engenders compassion within us. Because of his suffering, Lawrence fought hard to live and to be happy every day of his life. He treasured every moment of feeling good while seeking to make others happy in order to ease his own pain inside. And thus, through his valiant life and tragic passing, he has awakened in us a sense of compassion and given us a new calling in life. Lawrence once told us, "Wouldn't it be nice if we could change someone's life?" And this is why we've started Over the Rainbow, to create a better, different, and more loving world. It is our dream to foster a true community, one in which families, friends, and even strangers reach out to one another in the spirit of love, compassion, and healing. We seek to create a dynamic and organic platform that brings together diverse stakeholders. Over the Rainbow comprises the following components.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright